energy that will help, energy that will be challenging and outcome. And of course, underneath it all, I always like to take a peek. We have the Hermit card. The Hermit card speaks about that quest to find inner wisdom. This is this is going within. Okay, this is finding what you need to enlighten yourself, finding that it's inside of you. And that, before I even go any further, I have to say the song, I guess it was the theme from the Titanic movie, My Heart Will Go On, that has been like playing in my ears since I started shuffling for Libra. So that means something to somebody. So yes, your heart will go on. Anyway, back to the Hermit. This quest for knowledge, this quest for enlightenment, is going to ribbon through the month of September. So this might be that you find yourself studying a lot. You might be going to shaman or healers or teachers of different ways of living, different cultures. This is a card that speaks to finding what sits well within yourself and finding that it's inside you. So that inner quest is going to ribbon throughout the month of September. This is also a bit of a cave dweller card. Libra, you're not too much of a cave dweller, but you may want to retreat and sort of take a step back. But we'll see how things play out here. So the beginning of the month, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, this is an energy of being on top of your financial game, being on top of your health regimen. This is knowing that you are responsible for and you create the surroundings that you live in, the health that you have. It's your responsibility, and you don't take it lightly. You're at the top of your game. You are planning. You are not spending foolishly. You are willing to nurture and watch things grow rather than sort of get rich quick scheme type things. This is also a card of a very solid, stable, hard-working, earthy energy. Maybe I always feel like I can almost smell dirt, right? Like getting your hands in the dirt. So maybe the first week in September for some of you Libras will, involve planting or maybe weeding out a garden or maybe tilling up some dirt to prep it for, next season. I feel just a great earth energy. This could also be someone in your life that is an earth sign, which would be, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And we are in Virgo right now, Virgo's star sign. So, somebody in that that carries that sign might be very important to you the first part of the month. And also, with the Hermit ribboning through this earthy energy, you may find information or enlightenment from somebody who is an earth sign, sun, moon, or rising, of course, or maybe just somebody who you highly respect and who is very grounded, somebody who is somebody you has managed their money and their health well. Okay, so maybe you're going to somebody for advice, and you're seeking, to find that light at the end of the tunnel, where your finances and where your health are concerned. And, this person is coming in saying, okay, well, let me give you a little bit of knowledge on what I did. And you will then listen because you do respect this person. They have proven it, materially that they've done the work, they've put in the time, and it's shown. Okay, so beginning of the month, you'll be, sitting high, basically, on your health and your finances. By the middle of the month, we have the Moon card. This is very much, keep in mind, not everything that you see is what it appears to be. We are also having a Mercury retrograde until the end, I believe, until the 30th of September. So use your intuition. Take things with a grain of salt. These two cards are looking quite similar. Okay, so again, you may not have a lot of light to go on as far as what path you're taking, what information you use. So you may have to just really use your intuition, okay? We're also in the middle of an eclipse season. Again, astrology, I'm just knowledgeable enough to, really get in trouble with it. So find your favorite astrologer on YouTube and get some insight to what's happening. But the Moon card is very much speaking to maybe some confusion and some things that aren't necessarily what they seem. This could also be things coming up from the past. And this also is a card that speaks to cycles. Okay, so you might be, we have this crescent moon here. You could be coming to the beginning or end of a cycle. Okay, by mid-month, you will know what that is. Again, use your intuition. The sort of example that's usually given with the Moon card is, there's a wolf on one side and a dog on the other. And in the skim moonlight, they both just look like dogs, right? And so be careful, okay? Tread lightly. Use your intuition. You do have the light. You will be guided. But mid-month, you will be really asked to use your intuition on things, especially things that appear very profound. Okay? We don't mean just like everyday normal things. Oh, well, it looked like a bug, but it was a sunflower seed or something. You just, not something like that. Something major, or pretty big. So make sure you're using your intuition when making decisions about things too. Sometimes things are coming up from the past and they are not clear, and that could also be the messages from spirit. Communications are getting jumbled up. We do have the Mercury in retrograde. That's not going to help matters. So tread lightly where that's concerned. Use your intuition. Use common sense. That's always helpful, right? Because by the end of the month, we have a very transformative death card. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. This is a card that speaks to an ending that just had to end. Okay, there's no getting around it. The death card ends something that needed to end, and in order to get this new beginning, everything had to be cut. Everything had to be severed from this situation, whatever it is. There's almost a hope for this to happen. Okay? So something will be ending by the end of September for you, and it's going to be incredibly transformative. The new beginning is going to be nothing but amazing. Okay? That is what the death card promises. Death card promises an end to that which is no longer serving you and a beginning to all that is. Okay? So, although the name of the card, and maybe sometimes even the looks of the card, I actually feel like this one's just so badass. Like the muscles on the horse are just so ripped and cut. So like that's greatness for me. But in any way, I really like this card in that it's fiery and passionate, and it really doesn't leave much to the imagination in that when it's over, right? So that's the end of the month. So we've got this Hermit ribboning through to the end of the month. That enlightenment that you've been seeking may be that this is something that needed to end. Okay? Wow. Big stuff. So energy that's coming in to help you, lots of major arcana. Energy coming in to help you, we have the High Priestess. Now, this is a card that is also very much moon-like in that the High Priestess has her feet on the moon. That means she is grounded in intuition. Everything she does intuitively. The knowledge that she has is not only, I guess, learned knowledge, it's intuitive knowledge, okay? There are things that are hidden from most, and she knows what those things are, okay? So I feel like, especially mid-month when you're having to tread lightly and use your intuition, the energy of the High Priestess will come through. Okay? Your intuition will be spot on. You will know what needs to happen. Because the challenge is going to be the Two of Wands. Or excuse me, is this 3? Yes, it's 3. Sorry, my eyes are bad. This Three of Wands as a challenge, Three of Wands speaks about waiting for your ships to come in and anticipating and knowing that they are coming in. You've already gotten these wands flourishing and blooming, but you're looking out for something else. This could also speak about this is possibly hesitation, okay? Maybe not quite ready to make that move, to take that jump, that leap of faith. This is not just anticipation, but with hesitation as the challenge, you might be teeter-tottering. Now, as a Libra sun, I get it, okay? The drive-through at the Starbucks to make a decision, it just about kills me, right? Like most things I'm okay with, but trying to make a decision on some things. Now, as a challenge coming up this month, this is a pretty big decision. This is maybe hesitating to the point of missing out on your ship, okay? Maybe this challenge is that you just watched your ship come in and didn't get on it, okay? So keep that in mind, Libra, when there is advice at the beginning of the month coming to you from somebody that you respect, that has, done due diligence, who is grounded, who is wealthy, who is, slow to anger, works hard. When you get around this person or you have this energy, don't let it just sail away, okay? The challenge is going to also be to be patient, to wait for that ship to come in. because we do have a very patient energy with this King of Pentacles. And a challenge of the Three of Wands would be not only waiting for the ships to come in, but knowing that they are. Okay, that inner knowing that the High Priestess will definitely help you out with. And again, you're educating yourself. You're finding enlightenment. You're finding information. You're gathering knowledge. The challenge then is to wait. The challenge is to expand. The challenge is to rise to the occasion and actually expand what it is you're doing now. Because 3 is expansion. 3 leads to 4, which is solid. Okay, 3 is the expansion. So, what are we ending the month with? We have an outcome of 6 of Pentacles. We're ending this month with the energy of generosity, with the energy of discernment. We are, seeing that somebody's getting the gold coins and somebody's getting the dull coins, okay? But know that this guy is keeping enough coins for himself. He's not going to give everything away, okay? So how this is going to work out then is you will either be on the receiving end of some generosity, and you may be hitting the jackpot, so to speak, or you may be getting just enough. Also, you might be the one giving, okay? You may be incredibly generous with something or with someone, and maybe giving just enough to another. And that's okay. You aren't supposed to give to your own detriment, okay? The phrase giving the shirt off your back, yeah, that's great if you have another one tucked in your hip pocket, right? And I'm not saying don't be generous, but I'm saying don't give so much away that you no longer have gas money, or you can't afford to pay your electric bill, or you know what I mean, right? Don't make it to the point where you've given everything away and you have nothing. So, this, I've always said, is the card of discernment. Decide who is getting what, if anything. Because if what you have is what you need to propel yourself forward, then you don't have anything to give at that time. Sometimes the generous offering that you have to give is that of time. Sometimes it is that of knowledge. Sometimes it is that of compassion. Okay? This isn't always a monetary generosity. Sometimes this is a generosity of love and of outpouring and of support. Okay? So know that you will either be on the receiving end and or the giving end of that by the end of the month.